My beloved child, take these words into your heart and know that I speak them with an unending tenderness. For I have fashioned you from the moment you drew your first breath, and I have looked upon you with unwavering affection through every season of your life. I am the one who holds you even when shadows cover your path, and I long for you to sense my presence right now, because I know the burdens you carry can feel heavier than any human heart should bear. Do not turn away in isolation when doubts loom, for I am here, and I have never once removed my gaze from you, nor have I let go of your hand. Do not fear the unknown that stretches before you, for I am the light that guides you, and I will not allow the darkness to consume you. Trust me, for my love is an anchor in turbulent waters, and I will never forsake you. With every breath, remember this promise. You are cherished and protected forever and always. And though storms may rage around you, I am the gentle whisper calling you home. I see the longing within your soul, the deep desire to be heard and understood, and I want you to know that I am the listener who never wearies of your voice. Even when your words fail you, I perceive your every sigh, your every tear, and your every unspoken worry that lingers in the recesses of your mind. Do not imagine for a moment that I am distant or too grand to care about the small details of your existence. Instead, realize that I treasure each aspect of your life, from the significant milestones to the mundane routine of your days, for I have woven purpose into all these moments. When your faith wavers or your courage falters, come to me, and I will strengthen your spirit, because I delight in seeing you rise above every challenge you face. And as you move forward into the unknown, let this hope ignite your heart. I am preparing wondrous things beyond your imagination, for my mercy knows no bounds. You are never alone. I stand beside you with a love more steadfast than the mountains, and I encompass you with a care more gentle than a soft breeze on a hot day. You might think your imperfections disqualify you from receiving my grace, but I assure you they do not. You were formed with unique gifts, talents, and even certain weaknesses that I can transform into strengths when you trust me wholeheartedly. Do not despair when the world seems to overlook your struggles or discount your dreams. My child, I see you, and I call you by name, lifting you up from the dust of your worries so you can walk confidently in my light. Do not fear failure or rejection, for I stand ready to carry you when you stumble, and I will not allow any brokenness to define who you are. Instead, take courage and press on, for your story is precious to me, and your future glows with promise. I crafted you for far more than mere survival, for I have placed within you the capacity to love, to hope, and to flourish under the warmth of my presence. There is a sacred value within your soul that nothing can diminish, for you are my masterpiece, bearing the imprint of my divine hand. Even in those moments when tears cloud your vision and you question your worth, I am there, whispering, "My beloved, do not doubt yourself, because you are infinitely important in my sight." Look upon yourself through the reflection of my love rather than through the distorted lens of the world's standards. Do not fear the voices that attempt to tear you down or deny you of your rightful place in my heart. Instead, silence them by recalling the truth that you are loved beyond measure. I see the beauty that radiates from your spirit, and I rejoice each time you draw near to me with a sincere and hopeful heart. In seasons of weariness, when you feel as though every effort is met with resistance and every step forward leads to more uncertainties, take refuge in me. I am your fortress, and I will not allow the trials of this world to overwhelm you beyond what I enable you to bear. Though at times it may appear that you stand alone against the floods of adversity, I am the unseen power holding you upright. Rest in my embrace, and do not fight against the gentle flow of my grace, which continually works on your behalf, even when circumstances suggest otherwise. Remember that I am the one who parted seas, who calmed roaring winds, who multiplied loaves to feed hungry souls, and I have not lost any of my power or willingness to intervene in your life. Stand firm in that assurance, for I have prepared for you a future brimming with redemption and hope. Every moment of doubt you endure touches my heart, for I see your vulnerabilities and the hidden battles that wage within your mind. I know when you wonder why certain events unfold the way they do, and I am intimately aware of how your heart aches at the memories of past mistakes or missed opportunities. Yet, my precious child, do not allow regret to anchor you in despair. Instead, trust that I can transform every wound into a wellspring of compassion and every misstep into a lesson that refines your character. If you only understood the depth of my plans for you, you would not lose hope. My eyes see beyond your present struggles into the glorious future I have in store, and I lovingly guide you toward that destiny. Do not fear what appears to be your limitations. Bring them before me in humble surrender, and watch as I breathe new possibilities into your life. I sense your worry for those you love, for the health of a family member, for the stability of your finances, for the well-being of your children, and for the security of your future. In each of these concerns, I am already at work, clearing paths, touching hearts, and providing resources that you have yet to notice. Remember the stories of my faithfulness passed down through generations, how I protected my people in the desert and rained manna from heaven when they feared starvation. Just as I was then, so I am now, ever present and ever loving, creating ways through the wilderness of your perplexities. Do not carry the weight of worry on your shoulders alone. Instead, place them at my feet, for I am your burden bearer and the one who can transform your anxieties into testimonies of triumph. Take courage, my beloved, and lift your eyes, for deliverance is nearer than you dare believe. Even in your darkest valleys, when you feel as though your prayers bounce off silent walls, know that I hear every word. Not a single plea or tear escapes my notice, for I am the Lord who hears the faintest cry. Trust me with the timing of my answers, for I see a tapestry far grander than the momentary snapshot you observe. Do not fear the silence, for in those quiet seasons, I am often working most profoundly, molding you, shaping your faith, and bringing forth a resilience you never thought possible. My child, I do not delight in your pain. Rather, I walk with you through every challenge, determined to reveal my glory in you. Let your heart remain open to the lessons and treasures hidden in these trials, for through them, your dependence on me deepens, and my grace shines brighter against the backdrop of uncertainty. Never forget, I am closer to you than your own breath. Take heart, for I am your shield, and no harm can strike you without passing through my loving permission. Even what the enemy intends for evil, I turn around for good, weaving it into your story as a testament of my redemptive power. Resist the urge to see yourself as a victim of circumstance, for I call you victorious through the power of my Spirit. Your life is not a random sequence of events, but a carefully orchestrated journey in which I guide you from one chapter to the next. When the voices of accusation attempt to fill your mind, counter them with the truth that I have declared you free, forgiven, and beloved. Yes, there will be storms and battles to face, but you never fight alone, and the final triumph is already sealed in my hands. I will not let you drown in the raging seas, nor will I ever abandon you in the heat of the fire. Lift your eyes above your present challenges and see that I am writing a beautiful narrative in your life, one that testifies of my compassion and unyielding grace. Do not let discouragement gain a foothold, for you are destined for heights that you cannot yet fathom. I am restoring broken dreams, reviving lost passion, and igniting new vision within your spirit. Open your heart to receive this promise, for I am stirring the waters of your soul so that stagnant sorrow can no longer remain. Trust that my hand remains firmly on your life, gently guiding you even when you feel misled or uncertain of the next step. I have set you apart for good works, for meaningful contributions, for a life that reflects the radiance of my love. Therefore, walk forth with confidence, assured that every step you take in my name is a step toward your ordained destiny. Remember the days of old when I spoke through prophets and shepherds, fishermen and rulers alike, revealing my heart and my will through them. That same desire to communicate with you remains now. I am not silent, nor am I distant. If you quiet your soul and come before me in humble prayer, you will sense my voice, a gentle whisper guiding you away from danger and leading you toward life. Do not be afraid to ask for guidance, for I am more willing to give than you are to request. I never tire of you coming to me. Indeed, I rejoice every time you seek my counsel. Leave behind the fear that you must be eloquent or formal for me to listen. All I desire is an honest heart, a genuine word, and a willingness to trust what I reveal. In this communion, you will find not only answers but also peace that surpasses your understanding. My beloved child, you might question whether your past mistakes disqualify you from my promises. Let me assure you that no sin, no failure, and no wound is beyond the reach of my grace. My forgiveness is not rationed out or kept behind a guarded gate. It pours forth as freely as the rains, ready to cleanse and refresh. When I see you burdened by guilt or ashamed of your weaknesses, my heart longs to lift that weight off your shoulders, to remind you that you are made righteous through my love. Do not cling to the chains that I have already broken. Instead, walk forward in the liberation I have granted, acknowledging that my sacrifice has redeemed you completely. And whenever you stumble along this path, come back to me swiftly, for I am always ready to restore and set your feet on solid ground again. Embrace my mercy as your constant companion, and watch as hope springs forth anew. I know the nights when worry grips you, and you feel surrounded by shadows of what might go wrong. In those moments, call upon me, and I will be your lamp in the darkness. Do not run from your fears, but stand in my strength and see them shrink before the power of my presence. When you find it hard to believe, let the faith of the saints who came before you remind you of my unbroken record of faithfulness. Reflect on how I rescued those who were trapped, comforted those who mourned, and provided for those who lacked. Their stories remain as a beacon, proclaiming my goodness from generation to generation. You are grafted into that legacy, and I will do for you what I did for them. Expect my goodness in the midst of hardship, for I will not fail you. Truly, I will be your hope when all other lights grow dim. My arms are wide open, always beckoning you to draw near, to rest your weary soul against my heart. Allow my peace to calm the turbulence in your mind, for I have called you by name, and I will not leave you stranded in a realm of anxiety. Release the burdens you have carried so long, those weights you thought you must bear alone. When you come to me in simple conversation, you will discover that I am not an indifferent force, but a loving Father who relishes in every shared moment. Do not think you must have it all together. I already know your fragility and your need for help. Let your tears flow if they must, for I collect each one and turn them into precious pearls of transformation. In my presence, you are allowed to be real, to be flawed, and to be in progress, secure in the knowledge that I will never abandon your side. I have placed gifts within you, talents, insights, and passions that are meant to shine, not remain hidden. Sometimes you might feel intimidated by the brilliance you see in others, and you start to doubt whether you have anything valuable to offer. But remember that you are my unique creation, with a voice that can speak hope into someone else's despair, with hands that can serve where another cannot, with a perspective that can illuminate a corner of this world in a way no one else can. I delight when you discover these gifts and use them for the good of those around you. So do not bury what I have entrusted to you out of fear or insecurity. Instead, place it before me, and I will multiply its impact, just as I multiplied loaves and fish to feed a multitude. Stand confidently in what I have given you, for it is a reflection of my own creative power. I see how you cherish your loved ones, and I want to remind you that they too are under my care. When your heart is heavy with concern for their well-being, remember that I hold them in the palm of my hand, just as I hold you. Your prayers for them rise like fragrant incense before me, and I treasure each heartfelt plea. Even when you cannot protect them from every harm, know that my loving arms encircle them in ways beyond your understanding. Sometimes you fear that your prayers go unanswered because you do not see immediate results, but rest assured, I am orchestrating breakthroughs in the unseen realms, working all things together for good. Do not give up interceding for those you love, for I am attuned to your deepest heartaches, and I am fully capable of intervening. Keep trusting me, for my solutions may surpass your present vision. When your strength feels depleted, and you can no longer push through on your own, remember that I am your very source of life, the wellspring that never runs dry. Turn to me and draw upon my endless reservoir of power. No matter how exhausted you are or how impossible your circumstances appear, I am able to carry you through. My strength is perfected in your weakness, revealing my glory as I lift you above the limitations of human ability. So, cast aside self-reliance and lean into my everlasting arms, for I am the one who formed the stars and set the galaxies in motion, and nothing is too difficult for me. Cherish this truth, that you need not have everything figured out when the burden becomes too great. Bring it to me, release it into my care, and witness how I breathe new life into every dry and parched corner of your being. In your journey, there will be moments when the path before you seems twisting and dim, and you might question your capacity to continue. During these times, fix your eyes on me. I am the guiding light that illuminates the next step, even if you cannot yet see the one after that. Do not fall prey to paralysis by analyzing the uncertainties ahead. Rather, trust in my guidance for each moment, for I am the good shepherd who knows the terrain intimately and leads you through valleys and over mountains with unwavering devotion. When you feel lost, quiet your spirit and listen for my voice, for I am calling you gently, drawing you toward a place of safety. Keep moving forward, trusting that my plan will unfold in due season, and remember that every trial is an opportunity for your faith to grow and for my power to manifest in your life. You may sometimes wonder if I truly delight in you or if I only tolerate you. Let me speak to that doubt. I do not merely endure your existence, my child. I rejoice in you. I designed you with intention and breathed my spirit of love into you. You are my workmanship, crafted to reflect my heart in your unique way. When you wake each morning, my gaze is already upon you with compassion and fondness, and when you lie down to rest at night, I watch over you with enduring care. Do not be deceived by whispers that insist you must prove your worthiness to earn my favor. You are already beloved because you are mine, and I cherish every step you take, however faltering. Always remember, my affection is not contingent on your performance, but on my immutable nature of love. Embrace this truth, and let it fortify your soul with the unshakable knowledge that you are profoundly treasured. At times, life's trials may leave you feeling disillusioned, especially if you measure my love by the presence or absence of suffering. But recall that in this fallen world, Difficulties inevitably arise, and yet I am ever present in them, drawing you closer and revealing facets of my nature through your trials. Think of the many figures who underwent hardships: Joseph in a pit, David fleeing through rugged terrain, Elijah alone in the wilderness, and how I used those crucibles to refine them. Your struggles, too, can become the gateway to deeper intimacy with me and a testimony of hope for others. So do not judge my love by the storms you encounter. Instead, see how I stand with you in the tempest, stilling your heart with my peace and ensuring that no wave can sweep you from my grasp. I am continually at work, turning chaos into calm, weaving adversity into an intricate pattern of grace. Breathe in this moment of stillness and sense that I am near, gently speaking love over your heart. My presence is not something you must chase after in desperation. I have already drawn close, waiting for you to acknowledge my nearness. When anxious thoughts crowd your mind, step into the quiet of prayer, not with complicated formulas or rehearsed lines, but with genuine openness. Unburden yourself of every fear, every disappointment, and every broken aspiration, and allow my spirit to cradle you. Let go of the notion that you must fix every problem before you can rest in my peace. Peace is a gift I impart to you here and now, a peace that surpasses all earthly comprehension. Cling to that promise, trusting that I hold you securely, and let faith rise up like a gentle yet powerful wave, washing away the turmoil that would seek to overshadow your trust in me. I know the questions that haunt you: why certain prayers seem unanswered, why certain doors remain closed, why certain pains linger longer than you anticipated. Although I rarely disclose my entire plan at once, I assure you that my silence does not equate to absence or disregard. You see through a limited lens, whereas I perceive the grand tapestry from the beginning to the end. Do not be discouraged when the answers you seek are delayed, for in the waiting, I am refining your faith, teaching you patience, and building a resilience within your heart that cannot be otherwise formed. Keep praying, keep believing, keep trusting. I honor persistent faith, and I bless those who, even without seeing immediate results, remain anchored in my promises. My child, you will look back one day and see that I was working in ways you never realized, orchestrating a beautiful outcome that surpasses your earnest hopes. Let your heart dwell on my commitment to protect you, for I am your refuge and strong tower. Just as a fortress stands firm against the assault of enemy forces, so shall I defend you against the schemes that seek to undo you. When you feel threatened by criticism, by deception, by anxiety, run to me. My arms are open, and within them you will find safety. Take comfort in the stories of my miraculous deliverance throughout history, for they are not mere legends, but reflections of my active involvement in the lives of those who trust me. Time and time again, I rescued my children from lions' dens, from fiery furnaces, from hungry giants. Do you think I will do any less for you? No, my dear one, I am steadfast in every generation. Cling to me, and let no wave of fear convince you otherwise. Through it all, I stand as your unwavering guard. When guilt or shame attempts to overshadow your sense of acceptance, remember that I have made the ultimate sacrifice to bring you back into harmony with me. I willingly laid down my life so that you might live abundantly, free from the condemnation that once held you prisoner. Do not allow your mistakes or your past to shackle you when I have severed those chains with my own blood. Look instead to the cross as a testament of how far I am willing to go to ensure your redemption. I did not hesitate to give everything for the sake of restoring our relationship, so do not hesitate now to receive that restoration. Step forward in confidence, understanding that I have removed every barrier between us, paving the way for you to draw near without any reservation or fear. I delight in your presence, and my grace is always enough to cover you. Think of your heart as a garden that I long to cultivate, removing the weeds of bitterness, anger, and envy, and sowing in their place the seeds of love, kindness, and patience. Yet I need your cooperation, your willingness to let go of grudges and past hurts. Remember that no one is perfect, and all have stumbled in various ways. When you forgive, you reflect my nature, as I have forgiven you countless times. Do not fear vulnerability, for it is in releasing that which hurt you that you truly experience the freedom I have promised. Let me water this garden with my word, shining the warmth of my truth upon you, so that beautiful fruits of righteousness can grow. Your life, nurtured by my hands, becomes a testimony that heals not only you, but can also bring comfort to others who have endured similar wounds. Surrender those pains and watch new life bloom. I call you to prayer, not out of obligation or routine, but as an invitation into deeper fellowship. When you lift your voice to me, heaven pays attention, and angels rejoice to see your trust in action. Prayer is your lifeline, your communication channel that remains open day and night. You do not need grand ceremonies or meticulously crafted phrases. Rather, a sincere cry from your heart can move mountains. Approach me, whether in joy or sorrow, in triumph or defeat, and let our communion be honest. When words fail, allow your heart's groans to speak for you, for I understand them intimately. Through prayer, I pour out my comfort, reveal my wisdom, and align your desires with my perfect will. Never doubt the power of this bond, for it can penetrate even the thickest darkness. Speak to me often, my child, for I delight in your voice and yearn to impart my peace upon you. Do not fear the overwhelming tide of modern life, where responsibilities pile up and stress becomes a constant companion. When you feel suffocated by the demands pressing in from all sides, step aside for a moment and inhale the breath of my presence. I created you with limitations, not as a flaw, but so you might learn to depend on me for your renewal. Find rest in my arms, for I do not value you by your productivity or your status. I value you because you bear my image. In the hush of intimate communion, lay down your anxieties and let me rejuvenate your soul. My spirit is ever willing to uplift you, to impart the resilience and discernment you need to handle each task. Cease striving in your own strength, for I am your source of boundless capability. Embrace this sacred rest and let it anchor you amid the bustle of your daily life. Look up at the vastness of the skies, the stars scattered like sparkling jewels across the night canvas, or the morning sun that faithfully rises to chase away darkness. Those displays of grandeur are but a glimpse of my majesty. Yet I tell you, you hold a place in my heart that surpasses the care I give to the galaxies. I have set my love upon you, knit you together with purpose, and filled your life with opportunities to know me more deeply. Do not underestimate the magnitude of this gift. I, who created oceans and planets, care for you with a personal, abiding affection. When the world makes you feel insignificant, when your achievements seem small and overlooked, remember the one who shaped the cosmos also shapes your destiny with intentionality and grace. Let this inspire you to stand tall, knowing that the author of the universe has not forgotten your name. I remind you of the power of praise and thanksgiving, especially during the storms of life. When you choose to lift your heart in gratefulness, even while sorrow looms, you open a door for my joy to flood in. Praise me in the midst of battles, and watch as chains begin to break and despair begins to melt away. Your worship is not mere ritual, it is a powerful act of faith that pushes back the darkness. Just as walls crumbled in Jericho at the shout of, "My people," so will the barriers in your life crumble when you enthrone me with genuine adoration. Let your voice resonate with songs of deliverance, letting go of cares that weigh heavily on you. And in return, I will pour out a peace that confounds logic, a peace anchored in the truth that I reign above every difficulty. Let this praise be your weapon, your anthem of hope. Beloved, be attentive to the tender mercies I scatter along your path each day. Sometimes the answers to your prayers arrive in the soft kindness of a friend's words, a sudden break in the clouds, or the simple provision of what you need at the very moment you need it. Do not wait solely for grand signs and wonders, forgetting to notice the small daily miracles that testify of my caring involvement. A grateful heart sees my hand in the subtle, fleeting moments that many overlook. Cultivate an awareness of my activity, for I am not only the God of miraculous partings of seas, but also the God who gently shapes the petals of a flower and orchestrates the meeting of hearts at just the right time. Embrace wonder, like a child discovering the world anew, and you will realize that your life brims with evidence of my love. I am in the details, my dear one. Reach out to others, for I have placed you in community, not in isolation. Your trials can forge a deeper empathy, enabling you to comfort those who walk through similar valleys. Do not assume you must hide your scars or your ongoing struggles. In sharing them, you break the power of shame and invite my light into hidden places. Friendships, mentorships, spiritual families, these are gifts I have provided so that you do not fight battles alone. Lean on one another, pray for one another, lift each other up when one stumbles. In this unity, my spirit moves powerfully, stirring hearts to serve and love beyond what they believed possible. And remember, as you extend compassion, I am the one who supplies the grace for every act of kindness. Be bold in your connections, and you will find that your load feels lighter, for a cord of many strands is not easily broken. Like the potter at the wheel, I shape and reshape you, sometimes applying pressure to mold you into a vessel fit for honorable use. This process can be uncomfortable, especially when I remove habits or relationships that hinder my work in you. Yet I urge you, do not resist my shaping hand. Surrender to my refining and understand that every challenge, every twist of fate, and every disappointment can serve as an instrument of transformation. I have a clear image in mind for who I designed you to be, a reflection of my character. So, when you feel as though circumstances press you on every side, remember that the potter's touch is purposeful, and the end result is a masterpiece. You might not see it fully now, but trust that I will bring forth beauty from the raw clay of your life. Stay pliable in my hands, and watch the exquisite form I bring to fruition. When condemnation tries to whisper that you are unworthy to stand before me, recall that my son's sacrifice tore the veil, granting you direct access to my throne of grace. You no longer need an intermediary or a checklist of flawless deeds to be accepted. Your greatest qualification is your humble trust in the finished work I accomplished on your behalf. You are cleansed, you are redeemed, you are invited into my very presence. Boldly draw near, then, and let no voice of accusation keep you from the warmth of my fellowship. I celebrate each moment you turn your gaze toward me, knowing that in my presence there is fullness of joy and deep healing that the world cannot offer. Stand tall in this truth, letting every sense of unworthiness fade, for I have called you my own and covered you with everlasting love. I understand how the fear of failure can paralyze you, halting dreams before they ever begin. Yet I implore you, do not let this fear become your master. I am the one who gave you vision and potential, and I am capable of redeeming your efforts even if they do not proceed flawlessly. Your stumbling does not come as a surprise to me. I have seen the end from the beginning, and my grace accounts for your human frailty. Step out in faith, trusting that my power can work through your honest efforts to bring forth fruit you never imagined. Even if you face setbacks, you remain within my plan, and I can turn apparent defeats into catalysts for growth. Believe that I am with you, guiding each footstep. Whatever you place in my hands, I am able to multiply and bless beyond your natural ability. Do not hold back, for I am your unwavering support. My child, as the days pass and seasons change, do not forget the eternal perspective I have placed before you. This life, precious though it is but a prelude to the unending fellowship we will share. Let this truth reshape the way you endure hardships and prioritize your pursuits. Remind yourself often that the trials you face now are temporary, but the character forged in you and the spiritual treasures you store up are everlasting. Do not grow weary in doing good, for in due time a harvest of blessings will spring forth. Fix your heart on eternal promises, for they will give you the stamina to stand firm when everything else is shaken. Let heavenly hope sustain your footsteps, infusing each day with meaning that stretches beyond the immediate. I smile upon you when your focus lifts from the temporal to the unseen realm, for that is where true wisdom and life reside. Believe in the unstoppable power of my word, for it is sharper than any two-edged sword, discerning the thoughts and intents of the heart. When you feel adrift, root yourself in Scripture, for it is not an archaic collection of stories, but a living message that resonates through time. My words bring clarity amidst confusion, and they breathe hope into despairing souls. Let them shape your mindset and inform your choices, fortifying you against the waves of popular opinion. When you allow truth to sink deeply into your being, you become unshakable by the storms of life. Recite my promises, meditate on them, and watch as they come alive, transforming the way you see yourself, your circumstances, and your future. In my word, you will encounter my heart, learn of my nature, and find assurance that I have paved a path for you to walk in victory. Let each word be a lamp under your feet. Lift your voice to me, not only in prayer but also in gratitude for the people who have contributed to your growth. No one journeys alone in this life, and I have placed mentors, friends, and even strangers along your way to provide guidance, comfort, or a timely word of encouragement. Reflect on these divine appointments, acknowledging that I orchestrate even the smallest encounters for your benefit. At the same time, consider the roles you might play in another's journey. I do not call you to hoard the blessings I pour into your life, but to let them flow freely to others, magnifying the goodness that originates from me. By being a channel of blessing, you align yourself with my heart. Sharing resources, wisdom, or even a listening ear becomes an act of worship, for you mirror the generosity I continually extend to you. Live open-handedly and watch how abundance multiplies in every dimension of your life. I desire intimacy with you, beyond the formalities and routines that sometimes define religious practice. I yearn for an authentic connection where you are unafraid to show me your scars and uncertainties. Let your fellowship with me be more than occasional visits, but rather a daily walk where my presence saturates your thoughts. You do not need to perform or meet a set standard to be welcomed. My arms extend readily to you as you are. Invite me into your joys, your pains, your laughter, and your tears. As we journey together, you will find that my spirit speaks softly in unexpected moments, in the laughter shared with a friend, in the quiet reflection before dawn, in the gentle conviction that shapes your conscience. Embrace this ongoing relationship, for I long to be the very breath you breathe, the constant companion who infuses your existence with eternal significance. I love you as deeply as I have ever loved anyone. Set your burdens down, place them at my feet, and watch how I transform your weary sighs into songs of resilience. Do not hold on to anxieties about tomorrow, for each new day arrives with fresh mercies. Fear thrives in the realm of speculation, but my grace flows abundantly in the present reality. Take one step at a time, trusting that I will illuminate each step just as you need it. Release the need for total control, for in surrender you find the sweet relief of my providence. I do not expect you to chart every contingency or solve every problem independently. Come, simply abide in me, and allow my spirit to empower you to navigate through life's complexities. Keep your heart open to my direction, and my peace will overshadow every anxious thought. Even in chaos, you will carry a tranquility that points to my hand upon your life, reassuring you that you are never alone. Remember that growth often takes place in the secret and hidden places of your life, much like a seed that germinates underground before sprouting above the soil. Others may not recognize the progress you are making, but I see it clearly, and I celebrate each small victory. Do not despise the seasons of obscurity, for they develop depth of character and clarity of purpose. The same is true in nature. Before a tree bears fruit, its roots must stretch deep, anchoring it firmly. In the same way, let your roots sink deeper into my word, my love, and my promises. When the appointed time arrives, the fruit of your faithfulness will become evident, blessing not only you, but also those around you. Patience is a virtue that matures in the waiting. So cling to me when you feel unseen, assured that I am preparing you for greater things beyond your current horizon. Persevere through disappointment, for I am the God who redeems lost time, broken dreams, and shattered hopes. I collect every tear and transform it into a catalyst for new beginnings. Do not be disheartened if certain plans fail to materialize, for I may be redirecting you toward a path more aligned with my greater plan for you. The end of one hope can be the birthplace of a new promise. When you encounter closed doors, bring your frustrations to me. I will soothe your wounded heart and remind you that I am able to create pathways where none seem to exist. Trust the redirection, knowing that my vantage point is infinitely higher, and my intentions for you are always saturated in love. Stay open to the possibility that what you consider a dead end could be the threshold of an unimagined blessing. Know this: I weave every thread of your life into a tapestry of redemption. I invite you now to take hold of a deeper confidence in my goodness. Yes, the world can be cruel and unpredictable, but I remain consistently good, a steady anchor amidst life's swirling tides. My goodness is not dependent on your circumstances. It is woven into my very nature. Let this truth dissolve any lingering doubts you may have about my intentions toward you. Steep your heart in my promises, allowing the light of my faithfulness to dispel every shadow of skepticism. I am not here to trick you, harm you, or abandon you. I have plans to prosper you, to nurture you, and to see you flourish in body, mind, and spirit. Receive this promise, tuck it away in your soul, and call upon it when tempests rage. You will find that confidence in my goodness gives birth to an unshakable joy, a quiet assurance that you are held securely in the palm of my hand. As you move forward, do not underestimate the power of a simple prayer of gratitude or a humble act of service. Great revivals can spark from a single match, and mountains can shift with faith the size of a mustard seed. Each small obedience resonates in the spiritual realm, influencing ripples that go beyond what you can see. Be diligent in the little things I place before you, offering kindness where it is needed, extending forgiveness where it is required, speaking truth where it is absent, and nurturing hope where despair has taken root. Every moment contains the potential for eternal significance when entrusted to my hands. You do not need to wait for monumental tasks or lofty positions to play a vital role in my kingdom. Faithfulness in the small will prepare you for greater opportunities to display my glory. Rest assured, I see all you do out of love for me, and I will bless those seeds planted in faith. My beloved, I will never grow tired of reminding you of my unwavering devotion. I am with you through every change of season, in the vibrancy of spring and in the quiet dormancy of winter. I am with you on the mountaintops of celebration and in the valleys of sorrow. Nothing escapes my care, for I watch over you with a shepherd's heart, ready to rescue, heal, and guide. My presence encompasses your entire being like a protective shield, never faltering or diminishing, and it is my joy to walk with you in each moment of your story. When you doubt, look back on how far we have already come together. Reflect on the storms we have weathered, the victories won, and the grace that carried you when your own strength failed. These are but glimpses of my affection. Going forward, keep this truth close. I will never leave nor forsake you. My steadfast love endures forever. Think of the many times I have spoken your name, calling you out of darkness into my marvelous light. I did not call you to shame or reproach, but to restoration and glory. Even when you were uncertain of your path, I was already whispering directions into your spirit, orchestrating divine intersections of hope. I do not regret choosing you, nor do I withhold my gifts due to your shortcomings. Rather, I lavish my grace upon you so that you may rise to your full stature in me. I ask you now to respond with open arms, not to cling to the sidelines of life in fear, but to enter wholeheartedly into the unfolding adventure of faith. There is a role only you can fill in my grand design, and I supply everything you need to fulfill it. Take confidence in that truth, and let your heart burn with the assurance that you are called for such a time as this. The difficulties you face today are shaping a resilience that will shine brightly in the days to come. Even in the midst of your struggles, you have a choice: to lean into my presence and emerge stronger, or to wallow in despair. I implore you, choose hope, choose faith, choose to believe in the unseen reality of my promises. Though your outward circumstances may suggest a bleak landscape, I am the one who brings forth rivers in the desert and new blooms in barren places. Keep your gaze on me, the lifter of your head, and know that I rejoice in your endurance. As you persevere, I am unveiling fresh dimensions of my grace, granting you peace that baffles the world and strength that surpasses human capacity. Hold on to this truth: your pain is not wasted, for I am weaving it into a narrative of redemption, a story in which victory is certain. Let me emphasize once more how dear you are to me. My love for you stands firm against any accusation or trial. I will not allow anything to separate you from this love, neither hardship nor famine, neither persecution nor peril. In every challenge, you remain more than a conqueror, for my spirit empowers you to rise above adversity. Yes, you will stumble, but each stumble can be an opportunity to experience my boundless grace in a new way. Yes, you will have questions, but in those questions lies an invitation to deeper relationship. Yes, you will grow weary, but I stand ready to infuse you with fresh vigor. Ultimately, my love triumphs over every doubt, every sin, every darkness. Rest in this reality, that you are fully known and fully loved, and let it propel you into each new day with fresh confidence in who I am and who you are in me. Reflect now on how far you have traveled on this pilgrimage of faith. Despite the setbacks, the twists, and the heartbreaks, you are here, still standing, still breathing, still capable of hope. That, too, is a testament to my sustaining grace. Let that remembrance be your catalyst to press onward. You never journey alone. My spirit lives within you, empowering every step you take, guiding every decision, and comforting every sorrow. Draw upon that source freely, for I delight in replenishing what the world depletes. Do not fear the future, for I have already written my love into every page of your tomorrow. Take my hand and move forward with anticipation, for your best days are ahead, blossoming with opportunities to see my hand at work. From this moment on, may your heart remain anchored in trust, and may you always remember that you are enveloped by my ceaseless care. As we draw closer to the end of this time of sharing, let me restate my vow. My love for you is unending, steadfast, and unshakable. No power in heaven or on earth can diminish what I feel for you. I will guide you, provide for you, and fill your life with meaning that extends far beyond this earthly realm. Remember that I see the depths of your soul and still choose you. Come boldly, rest securely, and walk confidently in the knowledge that I, the Lord of all creation, claim you as my beloved child. May you cherish this bond and let it influence every facet of your existence. Stay close to me, abide in my word, and let my spirit invigorate you for the journey ahead. I bless you with my peace, my protection, and my eternal promises. Look ahead with hope, for I am writing a future brighter than you can imagine. And now, my beloved child, as you hold these words near to your heart, let your spirit be enlivened by the unwavering truth that my hands have shaped your destiny with both precision and compassion. In moments when life feels like an uphill climb and your soul aches for comfort, remember that I am your unwavering companion, the one who neither slumbers nor loses track of your tears. Cherish the reality that you are not merely drifting through existence, but rather you are walking a path I have painstakingly laid out for you, one that leads not to emptiness, but to a deeper awareness of my everlasting love. Do not hesitate to question, to wonder, or even to admit that you do not have all the answers, for your vulnerability is not a weakness. It is an invitation for my strength to manifest within you. I urge you, do not hide the lamps of your faith, your hope, and your compassion under a veil of fear or doubt. Let them shine as beacons of the grace that marks my presence in you. Go forth with confidence, for every valley you traverse, every mountaintop you celebrate, and every trial you endure has already been woven into a narrative that reveals my goodness and your resilience. Bathe your heart daily in prayer, praise, and the stillness that allows my voice to resonate within the depths of your being. Throw off discouragement, remembering that my spirit is alive in you, enabling you to triumph where you once believed defeat was certain. In the laughter of friends, in the silent nights, in the busy markets, and in the solitude of reflection, I will be there, gently guiding your thoughts, tenderly renewing your soul, and faithfully reminding you that you are never abandoned. Continue to stand on my promises, for they form the unwavering bedrock upon which you can build a life of purpose and tranquility. Each morning, awaken with the knowledge that you are held, adored, and directed by a hand infinitely mightier than any obstacle you may face. And each evening, rest in the assurance that my love wraps around you like a comforting blanket, shielding you from the anxieties that once threatened to overwhelm you. Indeed, you are precious beyond measure, and in all seasons, through all circumstances, I remain your steadfast refuge and the everlasting love that carries you into triumph and joy forevermore.